hey, 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 hey. Oh, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the We-On-Loc Nation channel. Now, I'm not going to be very long with y'all because I got some appointments to keep. Plus, I got a vacation to plan. So I'm not going to be very long-winded today. Now, Lenon has definitely lost his freaking mind, and we're going to get into that. We're going to get into to the um the allegations, and they're not allegations. It's totally true. We're going to get into the parts where he's making these accusations about something that happened possibly over 2-3 years ago or whatever, but safe to say that Umar doesn't know when or when how to not put the camera down, how to put the phone down, and he ends up giving this man so much fuel, but yet the doc does what the doc does, right? He does what he does. But and still, if you can't show any proof, any type of evidence whatsoever, we're gonna see in about a few minutes. You've been doing this shit for quite a while. Limbo, you've been doing this shit for quite a while. And it's quite sad that someone who is damn near 50 is gonna do this until he is 60. Is literally gonna do this until Umar is no longer an activist. And people are asking me, why do you still pursue this loser? I'll tell you why I still pursue this loser. Because of all the lies and all the allegations, all the deceitfulness. I mean, I wasn't, and plus, people keep pissing me the fuck off. And I wasn't really going to say anything. I was just going to, my next topic would to be to please be careful who you run into nowadays, because a lot of people, a lot of these females, and this is the Dr. Umar. I love you, bruh, but you doing good for the people. Keep it up. You can't be buddy with everybody. You can't be friends with everybody. You can't take pictures with everybody because you don't know what place they're in. You see what I'm saying? You don't know what type of state of mind that they're in. Because wasn't it too long ago that people were accusing you of sleeping with a certain lady that later was a stripper? I mean, that's up in there, whatever. You're a grown ass man. Then you go to Ghana to get your dual citizenship, and you run into a OnlyFans female. I think her name was Symbronia. She's talking about the coin. Always got to have the coin, and then I come to find out later that she does OnlyFans. Well, what do people with OnlyFans accounts have? What do they do? I mean, they don't sell flowers. This woman was not selling any flowers. This woman literally, doing something strange for a little piece of change. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's cool that buddy, hug, kiss, kissy, not too kissy, not too friendly. I'm just saying, my dog, just be careful with that, okay, bro? I mean, they already linking you with Sukihana. That's bad enough. And not no disrespect to Sukihana. You're not a Pan Africanist. You're not none of that shit. I stand by that. You're not a Pan Africanist. What you are, you're an artist, and that's all I'm gonna label you. You're an artist. Okay, you just basically signed a 7-figure deal, a $7 million deal for Hustler. And I don't even know how long your contract is, but you doing the damn thing. You getting your paper, and rightfully so. I mean, I would ask of one thing for me. One thing. If you really wants to do good for the community, if you really, it's not just about giving backpacks and school stuff away. It's not just about all that. If you really wanted to see this thing come to fruition, what she would do is to make damn sure that Umar gets his certificate of occupancy. To make damn sure. And it's another black woman, right? But be careful with that. Be careful with that. Know who you are trying to be buddies with. Because with Lenon Anna is trying to pin all these allegations on you and telling you that you're looking up little girls' skirts and all this other stupid ass shit. And I hope to God that you get your lawyers involved, and so you can take this man to court and get your money. I hope you do. I really hope you do, because like I said, he will not stop until you are underneath the fucking jail. I totally believe that. And all these Lenon followers, you should be ashamed. All these Lenon followers, you should be a damn shame. It's like I don't get it. It's like I don't fucking get it.
Jay Morrison, he's never going to get that type of money ever again in his life. And the truth of the matter is that no amount of money is ever going to be enough for him. And it's only a matter of time where he gets back into a desperate situation where he's going to have to start scamming again if he's not already. Okay? And then, of course, we got Umar. All right. Thanks, Louis Luck. Sigmund also says 60 hours FMG per week, full-time caretaker of your mother, wheelchair confined, traveling the world 2 out of 4 years. You claim zero donation intake. And what Sigmund is referring to, this is factual. Umar claims on his tax paperwork with the IRS that he's spending 60 hours a week at FMG. We know that that's not true.
So you were in Umar's pockets. I can understand. I guess we need to get into your pockets as well, huh, bruh? I guess we need to get into your pockets as well, because you've definitely been coming up on some money yet, bruh. You definitely been coming up on some money. What you planning another scam or something? You ain't that good.
How is Umar spending 60 hours a week? Was it 60? I thought he said 40. Was it 60, Sigmund? No, he did say 60. How is he spending 60 hours a week at these abandoned buildings? And then he's a full-time caretaker for his mama, who's wheelchair bound. And then he's traveling the world. And he's...
Could it be that he might have some other siblings there? I mean, he does have 4 brothers, and I believe a couple of sisters. And his father is not too far behind. I think he lives like a couple of hours away or something like that. Never you mind how the mother's being taken care of, you freak.
Living out of hotels and protest in other states. They're trying to tell
It's called being an activist, you dumbass.
people this guy he lies so much, and he listen, Sigmund, he got his followers believing that he's this great black leader and that he's a school psychologist on top of all of this shit. He's a school psychologist and therapist. There's no way. He lies so much. All right, thanks, Sigmund. Stupid. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Go off then. I apologize.
No. Well, hey, guess what? Why don't you debate him? Okay, egghead. Debate him. Debate him. Challenge him. You know, fuck all this other horse shit. Go ahead and challenge him. Challenge him. I mean, you still running off at the mouth. You afraid he's gonna whoop your ass? Challenge him. You afraid he's gonna beat the shit out of you? Not only in the public's eye, but he's gonna whoop your ass. Intelligently. And never mind going to fisticuffs. You too small, boy. Just go ahead. Go ahead and challenge him. Challenge him to a debate. What up, Craig? You goddamn Skippy.
Apologize. I didn't mean to. We've been here for an hour. We done went through about 30 seconds of video. That's okay. I've been gone. We gotta come on back. We appreciate the support, and I appreciate. I said, man, Umar.
All you Leninata lovers should be ashamed. Especially you, Craig. You should be ashamed. Now, if he goes down, you go down right with him. Go down right with the ship.
It's a doggone shame. Doggone shame. And see, here's the thing. It'd be different if Umar was spending this money on what he said he was going to spend the money on. But that's not what he's done. No one can tell me that Umar has spent $850,000 on renovation work over the last 6 years.
Yeah. Yeah. About that. Yeah. I done some research of my own, and quite frankly, this motherfucker does not know what he's talking about. So let me go ahead and let me see the deductions. Let's go into deductions. I think. Did I listen? People in the cash I was suspended. No, right here. So I can only find. Well, I go up to about. Let's go down to the starting point. 2020. When it comes to net assets, it's just about right. You spend over $500,000. That's just about right. That's basically means to require the school or whatever. So that's about right. Now, if you go up to about 2021, revenue is $1,116. $116,000, $586, not counting the expenses, the deductions, basically, and of course the net. We don't want to go through net, so he ended up spending more money, which is up to about $650,000. Go up to 2022. It's the expenses hasn't gone anywhere. The expenses hasn't gone anywhere because basically he ran out of money. But that doesn't necessarily mean he ran out of resources. It's still the same, pretty much the same whopping. It only went up what? No, actually, it went down some. I'm just basically looking at the revenue. There's no cost for the revenue because possibly the funds that went out. So you go up to 2023, still no move, still nothing expensive, but the revenue has gone up $204,000, $4,822. That means he was spending more time at the time in that school putting in work. Now, when I get the rest, I will let you know. When I get the rest, I will definitely let you know. So if you don't think Umar was putting in work in that building, you guys out your freaking mind. Now we don't know prior tense, but people want the people want to see more and more progress. I get it. I understand it. So help him out. That's what I would say. Just help the man out, see what he needs, and see what he has to do to get this thing up and running. And at the same time, people are still asking, well, why is he taking the time to take all these flights and shit, right? Why is he flying all over the world? He's flying all over the world not to enjoy himself. I don't think there's not one time that he's actually taken the time to rest. I mean, we see Tariq Nasheed. He's in the island somewhere chilling. He's in the island somewhere chilling in the pool or whatever, sipping on some martinis or something. He's relaxing in his BMW or whatever. No one says a word. No one says a peep. But when it comes to Umar doing lectures for the people, now everybody gets into an uproar. Kind of contradiction, don't you think? Kind of contradiction. But anyway, get right back into it with these allegations. Oh boy, I hope you go underneath the jail, sir. Sir.
And this is a low ball figure again, 2.6, $2.7 million. Umar, what's really missing is about 1.5 million based on my estimation. People are like, that's a lot of money. Yeah, but if you think about it, 1.5 million over the course of a decade, almost 11 years now, that's really not a lot of money. Especially if you're living in out of hotel rooms, you got substance.
Where is he getting all these figures from? So he starts. So you're starting at 2009, which I don't think he was collecting any money. They may have given him what's called a gift. Because if I like your presentation or if I like what you are putting out there, the presentation is what counts. If you're giving out a good sermon, you're giving out a good presentation, I pull out my wallet, see what's in it, I give you money, and it's what's called a gift. When you go to church, don't you put money in the collection plate when they pass the collection plate along? Don't you do that? Don't you put money in the envelope for the church and pass it along and put it in the collection plate for the building fund? Don't you put money in the collection plate for, tithes and offerings? Tithes, offering, and pledges. Don't you do that? Interesting.
Abuse. You got a gambling problem. You're renting cars all the.
A gambling problem. Again, with this Las Vegas stuff. This boy has lost his damn mind. Gambling, really? Gambling. I don't think he knows how to gamble. He doesn't know how to gamble. He doesn't know how to. He doesn't know how to play cards. The man don't even know how to play fucking cards. Him and Nick Cannon were playing cards. It was like, how do you play cards? He doesn't even know how to play cards. So if I ask him to play blackjack, he'll look confused. Like, how do you play this shit? Gambling. So you stick $5 or $10 into the slot machine in Vegas, because that's what happens when you come out the terminal. You'll see what? Slot machines. Dumb.
The time, you're eating out all the time. That's not a lot of money. Come on, see. But it'd be different if he was spending the money on what he said he was going to spend the money on. Okay, I get it. Your mama's struggling. I get it. But the point is that he's not spending the money on what he said he was going to spend the money.
That's bullshit. How do you know? How do you know what he is doing? This is the thing where I say this man needs to be arrested. This man needs to be arrested. This man's a con artist. And I'm gonna prove to you in a minute. I'm gonna prove to you in a minute how Lenon is a con artist. He be conning the shit out of all of y'all. I mean, he tried to do the thing that Umar was doing, but I guess it was stressing him out because not everybody was paying attention to him, or he just didn't want to do it anymore, or whatever the case may be. But the fact of the matter that you are an E.B. Du Bois wannabe is quite astounding. That's right. Your boy is nothing but a E.B. Du Bois wannabe. It's quite fascinating. Now, I'm gonna prove to you in a minute, Craig, because you the only one talking shit in the chat. Respectfully, you the only one talking shit in the chat. Yeah, your boy gonna get clowned in a minute, boy. Your boy gonna get clowned in a little bit.
He's spending the money on himself and his self-destructive lifestyle. Meanwhile, he has his mother living in those types of conditions, and he claims to be the primary caretaker on top. That's crazy. See, and again, I would not have. I'm sure there have probably been people who would have criticized Umar if he took, let's say, $350,000, $400,000 and bought himself a decent home out there somewhere, and then moved his mama in. There's probably been people who would criticize him, but that level of criticism.
Yeah, definitely. So you're basically asking him to get in even more heat if he would have actually done that. So you mean to tell me you took this money and bought a house? You pulled an all Black Lives Matter? The man can't win.
It pales in comparison, in my opinion, than him taking what about $1.6 million, $7 million over the last 10 years and just blowing it on himself. See? At least he would have had a place to stay, and his mom wouldn't have to be living in those types of conditions. See, one other thing too, people have to understand is you can say, well, wait a minute, but Umar, he's paying himself. He should pay himself. Well, no, he's not paying himself, not legally. And what I'm talking about is on his IRS paperwork, Umar is not saying that he's paying himself. What he's telling the IRS is, this is the amount of money that I've collected. Some years he says it's zero, but on other years he's given figures, $160,000, $140,000, whatever the case may be. And then what he says on there is he's not paying himself anything. In other words, he's not earning any money for himself personally. There's a reason why Umar is saying that. He's saying that because, first of all, he doesn't want to be investigated in terms of the money that's going to him. So he's saying, listen, no money's coming to me. But the other thing is that if he claims money, that money's coming to him, now that money is now subject to taxation as a personal income, but it's also subject to garnishment, child support.
Well, wouldn't you want him to pay child support? You freaking idiot. You wouldn't want him to pay child support? Since he's a deadbeat dad, and we'll get to that in a minute too. It's like the man cannot win for shit. Yeah, it is what and thank you for joining the channel. I just the one thing that behooves me is why is this man constantly going on and it's been over 20 years. You're going on and on about the same hoax and the same people who are listening to you. And KKC, I know you're lurking. I know you're lurking. You're just a piece of shit, just like he is. Shame on you. Shame on you for following a guy like this. Because what he says, I don't know if it's the next one or I just straight past it. What he says next, it's like I already alerted Umar. Just to let you know, I already alerted him. So I hope he gets a hold of his fucking lawyer. I hope he gets a hold of his lawyer, and I hope he sues your ass for slander and defamation of character. I hope he does that. So keep in mind, this is some serious shit. I mean, the fun and games are pretty much over. The fun and games are over. You proclaiming that he, the what was it called? The 20 for 1, which I don't know. He's not going to do all that. He's not. Umar's not going to really do it. It will be a shock to see if he actually takes part in that. I'll be shocked. I'm like, what are you doing? It's just like when everybody forgets that he's the one that tries to challenge. He tried to challenge Mike Tyson to a charity event. He tried to challenge Mike Tyson to a charity event, I'm like, Umar, if you don't sit your butt down somewhere. First of all, Mike Tyson will not waste any time. Wouldn't waste no time with you. I said that before. That was like a couple of years ago that he wanted to challenge Mike Tyson to a fight, to a charity event. He said, I don't care if I get knocked out. I just want the money. I don't care if I get knocked out. Oh, like, that's the first thing he's going to do. That's the first thing he's going to do. He wants something like, but then again, you know what? He'll probably treat it like a Logan Paul. He'll probably treat it like a Logan Paul situation. I mean, it might get some views. It might get some hits. Umar versus Mike Tyson, then it might just get some hits. Nah.
And Umar has at least 3 child support cases in Philadelphia, so therefore he has at least 3 baby mamas.
Where did the third one come from? See what I'm talking about? Slander. First, it was 2, which is true. But all this time, now it's 3. This dude's crazy, boo. Dude. Craig, if you can't admit that this dude is batshit crazy, then I just don't know what else to say to you about this guy, man. All the while, now he has 3 baby mamas. Really? 2 children, 3 baby mamas. So that must mean he must have a kid around somewhere. If it is true, then shame on him. Shame on him. But we haven't heard such thing. I've been following Umar for quite a long time, and I have not heard this 3rd baby mama lurking anywhere.
You'll find that there are men who they will purposely not work a regular job because they don't want to have their paychecks garnished for child support. Umar's one of these types of people. They call them Desties. That's Umar. Okay? But see, I wouldn't have held it against him if he took some money and settled down and got himself a place to stay and moved his mama in because it's in service to his mother. He claims it.
Man, fuck you. Who do you think you are? That's the one thing. Is like you thinking you giving some advice or some type of charity to a nigga that you despise. The hell's wrong with you? If he has three child support cases, how many kids is that? That's only three because he has two. He has two children. One's already grown, the other one is 12, 13 years old. But let's just be careful. I'm not talking about the children or anything like that. So is this next one? Is this next one a girl or a boy? We don't know. And after all this time, who's the third baby mama? Who's the third? You know where he got that from? Umar went to Britain, or was Umar went to Britain, and he lectured at Britain, and some clown went up and started, I have a question for you. My son, he has a problem with you. Is like, why don't you come out with the school? Why don't you take care of your kids? Why don't you have three baby mamas? He got that from some woman in Britain. And Umar's like, who's the third baby mama? Who's the third? I don't think Umar would tell a lie like that. But then again, you got this fool making up every story as we go along. But I know something you don't know. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, and if you're feeling lucky, please become a member of the We-On-Loc Nation channel. Let's do it.
That he's the primary caretaker. I would actually acknowledge him for that. No, you did the right thing. Take care of your mom. Make sure she's okay. I figure out what is this, and then what I realized was that
all these people that are in his chat, those are AFW frauds. That's a small group of people supporting Lenon Honor because Lenon Honor supports the very same person who despises him the most. And that's AAS. Anti-Afro Spengali. This bitch has a book of tweets on Umar. I don't think but ever since that time, I don't even think she's done not one damn video on Umar. You know why? Because it's tiresome. You've been trying all day to convict, criminate, and stick Umar underneath the jail. And it has not worked. It has not worked. But this boy is hell-bent on sending this boy to jail. He is hell-bent. But I know something you don't know.
He has at least two child support claims on the docket under Umar Johnson, and then he has another one under Umar Abdullah Johnson, and that was the discrepancy. I kind of screwed that up as I was doing my research, but he has three. I can't remember what county it was, but I think it'll still come up even without the county. Yeah, there's going to be three that have come up, but there's a fourth. There'll be three cases that have come up. One is from the Human Resources Department of Human Resources, and I think that what ended up happening is this other woman. She's not listed right here, but you can find her on here. She's not listed on here. I think what happened was she hired a lawyer to garnish wages from Umar, and that lawyer went through the Department of Human Resources. That's what I think took place. Okay. Anyway, let me pull up. Is this? Yeah, this is the baby, the younger one. Listen, and I'm right about this. And there's been more since the last time I looked at this. And I'm not going to show it, but I will read this to you all. So there was a generic order. That's what they're trying to find out Umar's income. So they're probably trying to get child support by garnishing wages. But again, like I said before, that's why he doesn't claim that he's receiving any money on his IRS paperwork to maintain his 501c. Yeah, is it 3C? Yeah. He wants to maintain his nonprofit status. So he reports to the IRS, but he just states that, listen, I'm not actually paying myself. I'm not making any money. If he paid himself, there's going to be personal tax liability that's going to accrue. But then also, he's going to be subject to wage garnishment through um, the child support. Okay.
All the money that people donate to him through Cash App, through Pen Pal, all of that goes into the school. Now, there are gifts, and gifts are usually went into his mailbox, his, what you call them, P.O. box. Those are actual gifts. And possibly, he gets help from family members or whatever, but why are we in another man's pockets? He has something, maybe he has something that you don't have. Maybe he has something that you wish you would have had. It's quite fun. It's quite funny to me how a man of great intelligence, quote unquote, who has been an activist himself, has struggled throughout the years, has pretty much laid a foundation for himself, but after 12 years of failure, after 12 years of failure, 12 years of not getting it right, after 12 years of being this masterful musical person that you quote unquote claim yourself to be, after having a wife and 6 kids, raising money by GoFundMe to go from California all the way to the White Sticks, the mountains of Utah, by way of donations. You decide that your life wasn't cool enough for people in the outside world because you see how Umar's doing it. You couldn't stand that shit. So apparently, you can't find anything. You can't find any, but other than Umar possibly making a fool out of himself, you can't find any other thing to tag him with so you can send to the authorities. However, you personally made it personal. And so what I'm about to do is I'm about to go ahead and show everyone, aka Wicked Witch of the West, Wicked Witch of the West of the Umar Johnson sector. Pretty much, sir. But I am going to play an old video, old school one. Just think, it's old school. And this is by Spot 'em Shot 'em. You remember Spot 'em Shot 'em? Big bald head black brother. That brother, Spot 'em Shot 'em. Now, me and Spot 'em Shot 'em, we didn't have a good relationship. I kept roasting him a couple of times when I was in the Umar sector. You remember him. Lenon, you remember Mr. Spot 'em Shot 'em. It hasn't been too long, sir. Sir. Look at me when I'm talking to you, sir. You remember this, sir? Sir.
Spot 'em Shot 'em. What is the picture, bro?
What's poppin', Lenon?
What's up with the picture, bro?
Kermit just turned the heat down.
Okay, all right. What you got for it, bro?
Okay, I have a question. What are your thoughts on people with extensive begging histories criticizing Umar for begging?
Such as,
People, begging to move their family out the hood and
okay, you're talking
move
about
their.
you're talking about me, right?
I'm just saying it's kind of hypocritical, don't you think?
No, I don't think so. I think that if someone needs help and it's genuine, that they can get that help. On the other hand, I think that if someone has been running a scam since at least 2009 and continues to run that scam, I think that's a different dynamic. Would you agree?
No. You supposed to be getting it out the mud, sir. Sir! Sir! Ain't you supposed to be getting it out the mud? Instead, you go and begging and begging and begging because the noise was too loud. You was begging and begging because of Craig. Don't leave, Craig. Craig, come on. This is your boy now. This is your boy. This your king. This your king. This your king. Don't run now, Craig. Top security of the world, Craig. This is your boy. Right here.
Well, in my opinion, as someone that doesn't beg for money on the internet, begging is begging. So I don't see. It's just like if it's two homeless people begging for money on the side of the street, and one person is saying, "Oh, why are you begging? You're such a lazy person."
Yeah,
like,
but wait a minute. You're
all for begging. So what's the
yeah,
difference?
well, hold on. You're talking about two different beggars. You called them bums on the street. Well, that's a false equivalency. And let me explain this. If someone needs help and they genuinely need help, they can ask for help. On the other hand, if someone says that they're going to open up a school back in 2010 and says it's going to open in 2013 and starts collecting money.
See, the numbers. Don't you just love the numbers? I'm going to open up the school in 29 and then doesn't open up until 2013. Let's be accurate. We want to be accurate. So I'm going to rewind it. Where you at, Craig?
In 2013 and starts collecting money back in 2019. And here we are in 2021, over 11 years later. That's a different dynamic. Would you agree?
But begging is begging. Don't you agree?
No, wait a minute. No. I asked you a question. Would you agree that it's a different dynamic? Yes or no?
It's not different. It's okay. Umar is a piece of shit that is begging for money.
No. We're not. You don't have to make it personal. So you don't have to call him a piece of shit. You don't got to do any of that. Ask you a direct question. If someone genuinely needs help and he asks for that help and he receives that help versus someone who back in 2009 said he starts collecting money for a school, and in 2010,
see the lies? See? You see? Now, if I go and Google this, it will say that he started collecting funds back in May 20th of 2014. How do you come up with 2010? How do you do that? Or 29? How do you do that? Come on, Craig! This is your boy, Craig!
Says he's going to open in 2013, continues to ask for money, and now here we are in 2021, and is still asking for money. Don't you think that that's a different dynamic? Yes or no?
No.
It's only different if you are making excuses.
No. I don't want to say it's a yes or no problem. I mean, it's a yes or no question. Is it a false equivalency?
Why could you let him answer the question? That's a very broad question, sir. He's got to answer it. Let him be logical.
Equivalency to make, yes or no?
No.
Okay. Now I have to dismiss you because that's illogical. And by the way, since you're on here,
it's illogical that you're a piece of shit. That's illogical. Oh, you just got caught. That's just what it was. You just got caught.
I find it fascinating that people like you go on to other people's platforms and talk shit about people like me, and then you come over here and act all nice. And then when you get on, you talk more shit. Who the fuck are you? And the reason why you're so upset is because you once had a wrench, and when I took that wrench away, your bitch ass took it so personally. And
Woo! Your bitch ass. He's so crazy. Wait a minute. What? Did you hear his voice? He sounded like Gene Wilder. This motherfucker sounded like Gene Wilder. Your bitch ass. What the fuck are the way?
Your bitch ass took it so personally, and now look how you act.
I didn't take it personally.
No, listen. I don't want to hear it, bro. You took it personally.
Ooh. No, I didn't.
No, yes, you did. And you've been acting a damn fool ever since. And I'm not the one who said this, because I normally don't even get into this. People know this. Inside the chat room, yes or no. Do I do this back and forth? No. But this clown's going to get on my show and try to come at me like this, but
he didn't hardly say anything. This is why I speak up for Spider Shana. He hardly even said a word. He was trying to basically tell his truths. You know, I mean, he's not an advocate of Umar, but he's not an advocate of you either. He just thinks that you're a piece of shit, just like Umar. He thinks that Umar's a piece of shit. So both of y'all, to him, are pieces of shit. But he's trying to express to you one is not. How do I say this, Lisa? One evil is no different than the other evil, is basically what I'm trying to say. Is what he's trying to say. So if you beg, then what you're doing is basically the same thing that he's doing, is begging. But you get all upset, all up in your pantyhose, talking shit and muting my guy, and he can't even get a word in? Damn! Shows true integrity.
He's the one who's hurt. He's the one that's upset because I took his wrench away. Now, you wasn't saying that shit when you was a moderator up here, but then I take your wrench away, and your bitch ass, now you want to act like a little bit. Well, I don't you think it's hypocrite, but you didn't have a problem back when you had a wrench.
Ooh, a wrench. A wrench. Ooh, a wrench. What's a wrench? This is the internet, bitch. I ain't got this. You can take a wrench away. Lisa, if I took your wrench away, would you have an issue with me taking your damn wrench away? It's a fucking wrench. I'd rather shut this whole entire stream down and talk to you and the family 24/7. That's what I would rather do. Giving you and give you a key. I would give you a key to my house because of the simple fact that you are my aunt, and for the simple fact that you have children just like I have children. You have grandchildren. I have nieces and nephews just like you have nieces and nephews, and I will give you an actual key. Now, the only time I take that key away is you do something fucked up. The only time I will take the key away is you do something messed up. A wrench? A wrench? What the fuck does a wrench do? Nigga, please. Y'all, man, go to fucking prison. I hope you go to fucking prison for a very fucking long time. Fucking hypocrite.
See, this is what you call bitch shit. And if you want to bring it, I ask you logical questions and you want to deflect. Well, it's only, no, I don't want to hear all that. It's a yes or no answer. You can't give a yes or no answer because you're illogical and you're emotional about this. And why not just be man enough to say, hey, look, Lenon, I don't agree with you criticizing you, Umar, even.
I was trying to get there. He was actually trying to get to that point, but you wouldn't let him get to that point, Lenon. Lemon. No. You wouldn't let him get to that point. But remember that. Remember how much of a slickster you really are and a disappointment to your community. A disappointment to our community. Who are you? We're looking at you right now and say, I don't know no Lenon. Who's Lenon? Lenon, I don't know no Lenon. Oh, you mean that bitch ass nigga that was accusing us of selling crack to the kids and shit? You mean this same bitch ass nigga that said that we were turning up the music too loud and this neighborhood was too polluted for him? And so you had to beg and plead for people's sympathy and money. And you didn't mind because it meant so much to him. Lillian. This dude's a joke. He's a freaking joke. But yet the only way to get Umar to humiliate somebody, and you have to admit this, to humiliate someone is to do any and everything you can. Lie, cheat, steal, whatever you have to do. I get it. People don't like Umar for whatever damn reason it is. The way he walks, the way he talks, the way he speaks, his dialects, his intellect, his intellect. You don't like how he speaks to people? Fine. Admit that so. Admit so. He may be scamming the people. Just say so. But for you to go all out like this? Dude, I don't lose any sleep when the divested zealots say that black men ain't shit. I'm not married to them bitches. I'm not. Sorry, Lisa, for the cussing. I'm not married to them trolls. I'm not married to a person who wants to see our whole race fail. I'm not. I don't even listen to them anymore. The divested zealots, I don't listen to them. I don't listen to hardly a Tyreek no more. I don't listen to them because they're not a priority to me. They're not a priority to me. I listen to Umar because, not because of him. Let's just put Umar to the side. If you ever listen to a person like a Dr. John Henry Clark, if you listen to him speak, you would think that all that knowledge that he is pouring into black people, he has, well, I can't say he's the only one that paved the way, but I believe in my heart of hearts, he is the exact one that paved the way for a Dr. Umar to exist, for a Professor Griff to exist, for a Tosh Tariq Bey to exist, from a Shaka Amos to exist. Shaka Amos knows Dr. Ben, has been with Dr. Ben, has been with Dr. John Henry Clark. They're all New York niggas, so it is what it is. What has this dude ever done? What has Lenon Honor ever done? Can you answer me that question? What has Lenon Honor ever done to seal his legacy for you? What has he done? Umar gets up every 6 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday on doing like a teleconference for parents. I don't want to call them single mothers. But that's what he does. You want to ask me what he does? I'm going to tell you what he does.
Even though I was one of your moderators and I used to do the same thing and I supported you, I don't think you should criticize Umar because there was a time where you asked for donations. Just come out and say that.
He tried.
But you know what the real issue is? The real issue, and this is one of the reasons why I've had to take a break, because so many people are acting a fucking fool out here. And you all take this shit too personally. It's almost as if you don't get acceptance here on YouTube, you guys flip your lid. You act like fucking clowns. And I don't think that I don't give a fuck what you think. Who's you? Nobody. Now, when you had the wrench, you were perfectly fine.
Why is he taking it so personal? Why is everything so personal? Bro, you get not. Are you suffering from ADHD, sir? Why are you taking things so personal, bro? I mean, this is Spotto shot him. He hasn't. I mean, back then he was a clown, yes, but I mean, I don't know about today because I don't go by the Umar sector anymore. I don't. I haven't been by the Umar sector in a few years. I don't even know what they're doing over there. But I mean, every now and again, I'll travel and I'll say what's up to D Darrell, and you know, I said what's up to Carrie the other day. But when come to find out that they're beefing with, that's all they do is beef. I said, nah, y'all got that. Y'all got that. But this is some shit that needs to be put out. Like I said, he's not going to stop until Umar's in jail or dead at this point. So he could probably be the one to tell folks what it is about the community, which he doesn't give a shit about. But let me continue.
But when I took the wrench away, see, and this, you the same dude. You go over there and you talk all this shit about me, and I just play it cool. You come back on, you change your name, you change your screen name and all this stuff, and I just let you keep going. I don't say anything because it's not that big of a deal. But the audacity for you to call in and go here, bro. That's some bitch shit, bro. So what I would recommend you do. This is my recommendation. Is go find another platform that will accept you, because that's really what this is about.
Why? Because he didn't agree with you? He didn't agree with Lenon. Oh, he didn't agree with Lenon. Well, he didn't answer the question. Oh. Maybe he can get something from the Cookie Crush chat. And oh, by the way, we're going to be talking about that Cash App in a minute. I just want to get. If you don't see he's a joke by now, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to tell y'all motherfuckers. Y'all letting out on lovers, man. Y'all some butt breaking. Y'all butt broken. Y'all literally butt broken. For him to do this long, I'm surprised one of you didn't say, wait a minute. You got a lot to say. You do a lot of Umar shit. Let's look into your history and see if your history is squeaky clean.
So many of you, and it's mainly men, it's interesting. So many of you men, you're trying to find acceptance in these internet streets. And when someone rejects you, you flip your lid. I think it's indicative of a level of immaturity, but there's another dynamic to this. The immaturity level is there, and that's why people, they go back and forth. And over here, they say one thing, they go over to someone, and they talking shit. And they come over here and they pause, and they talk shit about the same people. But see, none of that was happening when you had that wrench. So it's a level of immaturity, but the other issue is just acceptance. Y'all want to be accepted, but I'm not going to accept your bitch ass. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I come from a generation where, listen, if you're going to be a man and you have a viewpoint, just state that viewpoint. You don't got to play all these bitch games. I just don't believe in that shit. Or you could just email me. Just email me, get it all off your chest so that you feel better about yourself. Because that's really what this is. Now, you thought that by calling in and doing this, that somehow it's going to make you feel better, but it doesn't make you feel better about yourself. You feel worse right now, as you should. Because what kind of man does some shit like this? Now, I'm going to say something else. This is what I mean by false equivalency. I've needed help. Yes? And I asked for the help, and people gave the help. But that was...
Again, if I need help with something, I got family members. If I really need it that bad. If I need help, I go get a job. A job, boy. You get talking all day about Umar and he not having a job. He doesn't have a job and he's going around begging and going around renting these cars. And he's going to these hotels. But he's going to have a sex ring. Dude, you're delusional. You're very delusional. Oh, he's going to Africa to start a coup, a sex coup for little girls. This is what he said. This is what he said. He's looking up little girl skirts. That's an accusation that can be challenged in court. Like I said, I already fed the information to the great doctor. So if he pursues it, then, which, by the way, he did hint at possibly getting with his lawyer about things like this, because he was on Big Lou's show. He was on Big Looney, not my bad, Looney. He was on Looney show, the light-skinned brother. He was on Looney's podcast, and he was hinting at absolutely suing you and some other people as well, since you're making money off of his name. But yet he is such a bad person in the community. He's such a deadbeat dad.
It was based on like a, what, 8?
Why are you getting money? Why you getting charities off of whatever.
Years of doing content on YouTube where I built up an audience, and so people were willing to help. And I'm so thankful that they helped. And yes, I was able to move my family to this wonderful neighborhood in this beautiful house. And it has been the biggest blessing. It's opened up opportunities for my children, opportunities for me, for my wife. I'm back in college now. I'll be graduating in about a year and 5 months. And I have a 4.0 again. So yeah, I asked for help. Clown?
Begging is begging. So ain't no excuse for it, bro. Ain't no excuse for it. Thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. It don't take no tens of thousands of dollars. You set the goal, stupid. You set the actual goal. It tells you on the thing. You're setting the actual goal, you dumb fuck. You set the actual goal and they give you the money, but you give within reason why you need the money or whatever. You type in the reason why you get the money. This is GoFundMe. And you set the goal, and depending upon what goal it is, which if I were to do my research on what it is that you need support for, but at any rate, nigga, if you really needed it, why didn't you just get a fucking job? Oh, you couldn't keep one to save your life. Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry. But a neighborhood that was so risque you decided to move out the hood because you couldn't take it anymore. And I got clips of that too. I don't feel like playing them.
The difference is, and this is what I mean by the fall, this is why I'm saying it's not even intelligent. Don't come at me with this bullshit. You got to have something going on up here, and you ain't got it, bro. You thought this was going to make you feel better about yourself, but no, it doesn't. It makes you feel worse because you're a clown. It's one thing to ask for help, to get to the next step so that you can take on the level of responsibility needed in order to get yourself to the next level.
Craig, this is your king. Craig, don't leave, Craig. Craig, this your king. Why is Craig so silent? Anybody see Craig anywhere? Craig, hey Craig. This your king, Craig. This is your king. This is your king. Man, I love you, bro. You my guy, man. Let me tell you something, goddammit. I'm about had enough of this shit. God, forgive me. Forgive me, y'all. Forgive me. Forgive me. I laugh. Keep crying. Oh, shit. Yes, this dude is funny. This dude is actually funny. This is fucking crazy. Oh, shit. This motherfucker, he's getting up. Why is he getting all upset? Why is this nigga getting all upset? This is what mainly happens. This is what mainly happens when you get off. Oh shit, cocaine is one. I bet he accused of a crackhead or something. Got arrested by the police and he threw crack cocaine into the yard, into Lenon's yard at the time. I bet you he picked it up and he was like, man, what the hell are this? It's crazy. Oh, great, you. I would block you today, but I don't feel like it. Lisa, don't do anything, please. Just don't do anything. This Umar's little brother. Lenon is Umar's little brother. Jesus Christ. If he's obsessed with Umar, what does that make you? Oh, an actual listener? I don't listen to everything Umar says, but after listening to a plethora of people, which you don't line them up, and actually give me another name other than Umar. Give me another name who I listen to, and I'll tell you. 92% of everything that Umar says, I don't find nothing wrong. As a matter of fact, I do my own research on what he says, especially when it comes to this DEI thing. And it's nothing different from, the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution. All of it is a bunch of trick shit. All of it. All of it. Even your Bible that was created by the government to keep your ass in check keep black people in check. As a matter of fact, people say there's a great falling away in the church. It's a little sidebar. People say there's a great falling away in the church. What did they have? What did they have when it came to slavery? What did they have every Sunday? While they was beating your ass, while you was in the cotton fields, those who had this type of melanin skin, while niggas like this ended up in the in the good house. While they was whooping your ass on Monday through Friday, picking that cotton, Saturday they got you drunk because they didn't want you thinking. Sunday, they kept you in fear. That's why they have it, the word, the fear. They wanted to put the fear of God into you. And they appointed at that time Nat Turner to help put the fear of God into the African slaves, until Nat Turner turned everything around on his slave master. And he went on a killing spree. He went from preacher to activist after they slaughtered his wife. You know, to see your wife, you had to write you a pass. Just like when they do in junior high and high school, they had to write you a pass to get from the classroom to the next classroom or to the bathroom or something like that, which is totally fucking ridiculous. They had to write you a hall pass to get from one destination to another, so you won't end up getting lynched. And in certain cases, you got lynched anyway. And not only did he kill, and this is what this dude would disagree with Nat Turner. Not only did Nat Turner delete, or whatever they say, I'm just gonna say delete. Not only did he delete the men, but he deleted the women and the children too. Said if they were going to grow up and act the exact same way, they were going to grow up and their children were going to grow up and act the exact same fucking way. So off with your head. And he did that for several months until you got this one over here snitching, dry snitching, and that was the end of Nat Turner. They basically disemboweled him. That's why you can't find Nat Turner in no museum. You can't find Nat Turner anywhere. Same thing with Patrice Lumumba. But y'all wouldn't know nothing about that. Let's continue.
It's another thing to ask for help for 11 fucking years and ain't got shit to show for it, and continue to ask for help. Now, if you have a different view on that, that's fine, but you're going to have to come correct. You're going to have to come with something that is logical or reasonable. And then when I ask you a simple question that is a yes or no question dealing with the false equivalency, you can't deal with it. Well, it maybe, or it may be if you, no, I don't want to hear that shit. It's a yes or no. So
ooh, a little bit uptight. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Hook up. Why don't you hook a brother up? Hook a brother up with $1. Go in and hit my Cash App. Hit the Cash App. Go in and hit the Cash App. Hook a brother up with $1. But I'm not gonna ask for like 20s and 30s and 40s. Oh no. I wouldn't do that. All I had was for like a cup of coffee or something. Other like this person over here. Are we having a panel today? Not today, tomorrow. Not today, tomorrow. I got shit to do.
There's no comparison. I will continue to criticize Umar Johnson, irrespective of the fact that I asked for donations in the past. Hmm?
Hmm? Hmm?
And it doesn't matter what you think, bro. And I don't mean to be mean, but you don't matter in these regards. You don't matter. See, if you didn't call in, would it have mattered? No. If you called in, would it matter? No. You just clowned yourself. Was it worth it? Maybe get a little attention, but you don't get the acceptance that you want. And that's the big thing about this. And this is one of the reasons why I've disengaged from a lot of this bullshit that's been going on, because too many of you, and in particular you men, fuck.
All right. All right. We've clowned this clown long enough. But yeah, tomorrow I'll definitely, that'll be the first thing that I do. Just in case somebody wants to, you know, get clowned. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing. If you want to have a conversation, that's fine. But I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow. But I just want to play this clip and then I will be out. Something that Umar decided to do, which I don't hold him. I don't hold him to it. All I'm saying is just be careful with the women that you come across. The sombrero. I mean, I can look her up real quick. I mean, that's no big deal. You can go to her Instagram if you want, but I'm just saying, like, just be careful who you come across. Just be careful. This is one thing about his well-being. You know, it's another thing for a person to say, "Well, all he does is crush. He wants to crush cookies, all this other shit." Like, man, take your ass on. I thought you was about community and all this other shit. Now, this is the woman that he took pictures with. I'm gonna show this. I'm gonna show this. This is fair use. Fair use. This is the woman that he took pictures with at that time. She has an Instagram. When she was in Ghana when she got her dual citizenship, allegedly. So this would be the woman that, you know what I'm saying. Let me see. Yeah, that's she's a fine sister. She is a fine sister, but I would encourage Umar to just be careful. Just be careful. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it for the last time. Be careful. Just be careful. Because I don't want you to get caught up out here, especially when they frame the fat girl on you. And she was in Atlanta and she just stormed to the stage and tossed the bag onto the stage and proclaimed that she was with Umar last night. And like, be with your big ass. What the fuck? And then that the whole contra stripper shit, which I don't pay it no fucking mind because he's a grown ass man. But then they linked you with so many other women, including the white girl from the mall, which is not true at all. But just because he cracks a smile, that's just fucking ridiculous. And then of course Suki Hana, which everybody knows who Suki Hana is. I don't even have to play no videos for you to just think in your mind who Suki Hana is, and think in your mind what song she's come out with. You know what I'm saying? Just think in your mind what song she's come out with. Think in your mind what videos. I mean, she's done a couple of porn videos. Okay, she's done a couple of porn videos. It's like, dude. She said and one day it shocked me when she said, I want to fuck Umar. Let me see if I can find that video real quick. Let me see if I can find that video. I want to fuck Umar. Because he's the Prince of Pan Africa. I'm like, nigga, if you don't sit your ass down somewhere, let me see. Sukihana. Dr. Umar. Okay. Let me see. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe, like, share, and subscribe. Let me see. Oh Lord! Now Philip got into. Damn, Phil! Come on, Phil. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let me shoot this shot. Oh, Phil want to get into it. What was she saying about what?
You know, in your song, right? You said you want to fuck Dr. Umar, right?
Yeah.
So how would you shoot your shot with Dr. Umar?
But I love a Pan African king.
You
know,
King Kong.
King Kong consciousness. I'm very pro black, so I care about my people. And I feel like if I was to pick somebody to fuck on, it would be Dr. Umar. And that's what I said in Gritch. Fuck Dr. Umar, leave him woke right now. I want to fuck Dr. Umar, leave him woke right.
You know, in your song, right? You said you want to fuck Dr. Umar, right?
Yeah.
So how would you shoot your shot with Dr. Umar?
But I love a Pan African king.
King Kong.
King Kong consciousness. I'm very pro black, so I care about my people. And I feel like if I was to pick somebody to fuck on, it would be Dr. Umar. And that's what I said in Gritch. Fuck Dr. Umar, leave him woke right now. I want to fuck Dr. Umar, leave him woke right now, because I do got that woke pussy.
We must handle the business before the back shots.
If I was to meet Dr. Umar, he would shoot his shot with me because he gonna see me
Oh,
black chocolate conscious queen that need a little guidance and daddy issues, and I feel like he know exactly what to do with me.
She fine too. Lord have mercy. Might have triplets.
You know, in your song, right? You said you want to fuck Dr. Umar.
Bruh. No. If I was his advisor, I'd say no. Don't. No. I'll tell you to your face. No. She is not for us, bro. She is not for us. Now, if she were to give all of it up, like turn preacher or something, which I would kind of find that hard to believe. Nah. Even Lisa would say, hell to the no. I don't care how good of a dick sucker she is. And then hell to the mother freaking nah. No. I mean, I got nothing against the sister. The sister got daddy issues. And you just dug yourself, you dug yourself a new grave for yourself. You dug yourself a new grave. You went from, you're still making music, but you're independent. But you went from here to, I don't want to do this no more, to now I'm making $7 million, showing my coochie lips. What you call them? Pocket coochies. You making pocket coochies now, and D sucking lips. Pause. That's what you're making right now. You're with Hustler. You're with Hustler now. So just read the sign, read the message. Be careful. Now, as it pertains to Umar, now I got to get into this video real quick. As it pertains to Umar admitting his faults, I think it's important that we play this and we recognize that we're all human and we all make bad choices. But apparently you got people that, criticize Umar just because, he talks so much game about relationships and yada, 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 but he got this flaw. I'm just going to call it a flaw, which everyone has a freaking flaw, but let's get into it. Fair use.
question. The primary way to help at this point is through financial contribution or skilled labor contribution. So that means Cash App, PayPal, check, money order, or if you are a plumber, electrician, HVAC technician, or carpenter, you can donate some time and come help us get some of the work done here at the campus.
Okay. And I know you've been with me for like almost an hour, but can you kind of explain that? Because you know the people gonna ask, well, why doesn't he want the books? Or
Yes,
they're
let me
free. Why
explain
does he
that.
not want that right now?
There will come a time where you can send physical gifts to the school. Dr. Umar, I have artwork for the wall. Dr. Umar, I have a collection of Malcolm X books that'll be good. Dr. Umar, I have a water fountain that I want to donate to the band. And I think if I had a wife who I went home because at this stage, which I would date, if I knew that I would be chosen to do this job, which I would date to 2010, I would have been married by 2010. Because at this stage of my life, it's very difficult to meet women who want you for the right reason and are serious and sincere enough to stand by you through the good and the bad. And I think if I had a wife who I went home to every night, I think I would be so much further in the work that I am now. Because even if you have good workers, and I do have some great sisters who work with me, they go home to other men. So there's certain things I can't tell them because it's too sensitive for the school to have that information risk being told to another person who I do not know. You follow?
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. Well, I'm not in this man's bedroom. I don't pretend to know everything that goes on in Umar's life, but I will say this. Maybe it's high time that you reconcile with the baby mamas. See if you can go on from there. It's been long enough. If you trust that they will help you through these trying times, then why not just take a chance, being with your two baby mothers if you're gonna go that route? Because you're right, I don't see anybody else going with your plan. I mean, there might be a few, but that's few far and in between. So I would say just go with the next best thing and just go with the people that you impregnated. That's just my suggestion.
So I can't give them everything because there's some things that can't be repeated. And as you know, pillow talk, usually nothing is off limits with pillow talk. So even with the women I trust, I can't give them everything because I can't afford for that information to be divulged. So if I had a wife, I know I would be so much further. And even when I talk about having my two wives, and of course, a lot of people take issue with that, but they don't understand it from a political perspective. They don't get it that that's two women who he can give everything to. You understand? And God forbid, if one of them defects from the camp, you have the other one. You don't have to rebuild nobody. You can keep on going. That's the importance of having two queens in my work. So then people say, well, why can't you just have two trusted assistants? I just told you, they go home to other men. So there's certain information that I cannot give them. In addition to that, they can't work all night because they have a family. But if I'm the family, they can work all night. It's no stopping. I can't begin to articulate all of the different benefits non-sexual, that come to me in my work by having two women who walk that walk with me 24 hours a day and 7 days a week.
I don't get it. But then again, I'm thinking when it comes to polygamy, one can be like a playmate and the other one could be like serious business or something. Like, I don't know. I mean, it would be too much of a headache for me, but I mean, it would be all in fun, but long lasting relationship. I don't know how Neo does it. But I don't know how Neo is gonna do it because money don't last that long, and voices do give out. So if he ain't singing this independent, then he gonna be one broke ass nigga, and these women gonna leave him. So I don't know how he does it, but I get it. I get it in a sense that, you know, you want to take this thing to the next level, like, I don't know, a King Master Musa minus the money. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't understand polygamy, to be perfectly honest with you. But if it works for Umar, it works for Umar. Maybe one day if I see him again, maybe he can explain it to me. But
what you're saying is you think this Dr. Moore is something that if you had your wife, you would be out of this world. That's what you're saying.
Hard-working, serious, dedicated, confidential women. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. I don't know where we would be by now.
Wait, what? She looks like she'll try to bite you. I don't mind too much biting. It all depends on where you bite me. If you that woman, no, it all depends on where you bite a nigga now.
Now, so I do regret not getting married before 2010. I regret having not been more responsible when I dated my daughter's mothers, because I have never reconciled with myself the fact that my children were raised in the home without me and with other men who may not be bad people.
If you like this type of content, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. And give it a donation. I want some coffee. Coffee and a cookie and a donut, damn it. It's only $2. Plug in $2. Let's plug in $2, people.
But are not the Pan-Africanist that I am. And so my daughters were not raised with that serious Pan-African, African-centered consciousness and personality that I would have liked for them to have. And I can't blame nobody for that but myself. So I regret that too.
And so you talked on the issue. Thank you for being very honest about that last part. So if you're still single, and if you're still accepting, wifey resumes?
The interesting thing about the wifey resumes,
they're not coming?
Yep, I'm doing the exact same thing that your boy's doing. I only said $1. $1. Do you know what $1 is?
No, they're coming. The two most interesting thing about the wifey resumes is most of them have come from women under the age of 35.
See.
I'm very shocked. I thought most of them would come from women between 35 and 50. No.
Oh, no, Dr. Umar.
Most of the women are from 25 to 35. So I'm like, some of you.
You don't like that? Or is it just.
I don't want to go under 30 at all.
Okay.
And I'd rather not go under 35. But I would consider.
You're 48, 49 years of age, almost 50. You're right. You move the scale up. But then again, a 29-year-old is what's a 29-year-old? What's so different from a 29-year-old to a 30-year-old? Can anybody explain that to me? You might as well just say, I'm going to cut it 35 to 50. You might as well just cut it that way. If you're going to do that. A 29-year-old ain't nothing but a grown-ass woman possibly, I don't know, hitting the fence. I don't know. But what difference would it make? I mean, you have a 30-year-old, right? You have a 30-year-old, and because remember, he wants two. So you have a 30-year-old and a 40-year-old. He would be fucking it up. He would be fucking it up. Well, let me not go there. Consciousness before the cookies. Consciousness before the cookies. Project before the punani. Project before the punani.
Low 30s.
Okay.
I don't think.
How did you come up with this shit?
So about 30 is like the max.
30 is the absolute minimum.
Okay.
Right. So I'm surprised at the age, but I interpret that to mean that there's not a lot of young brothers for our young serious sisters. You follow me? If I'm getting all these wifey resumes from 25 to 30, that's telling me that our brothers who are 25 to 30 either are not interested in our sisters or are not serious enough for our sisters to be interested in them. You follow me?
Yeah.
So that's a group that I'm going to have to pay attention to when I start doing my singles only seminars.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna really have to hone in on that 25 to 30-year-old sister because she's looking and can't find. The other shock about the wifey resumes is that I'm getting them from a lot of women who are processed. They have processed hair, like blonde. And I'm like, what?
They didn't do their research on you guys. Apparently not.
Why would a sister with blonde hair send Dr. Umar a wifey resume?
But you know, Dr. Umar, you may be that one to help them recondition themselves.
I agree. But it's somewhat of a turnoff because you're coming to Dr. Umar and you haven't yet reconciled with yourself on accepting traditional African beauty standards as your own. Like that is a prerequisite. That should have happened before you came. You know what I mean? So those have been the shock. The age and the fact that most of the sisters who send me wifey resumes are not natural.
Okay, and what should be in the resume? Because
whatever they want. I'm looking for who are you and why do you think you would be a good wife?
So is it more so like a introduction of yourself and not really, because you say resume, I'm thinking of the format of a resume. And
I want to see that too, because I need to know what she can do on the professional side.
Okay.
Because you got to remember, like any relationship is half business, half romance.
Yes.
In my case, it's going to be.
He always does that. He's been doing it for quite some time now. Where have you been?
70% business, 30% romance. So I need to see what can you do. Are you a good secretary? Are you good with communication? Are you good with event organizing? You follow what I'm saying? You don't necessarily have to be a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer, but show me what you can do well. So I say, okay, if she can do this well, I'm going to use that. You follow me? If she say, I can do the hell out of an event, I got you. I can do the hell out of correspondence, fundraising, because I'm looking for how you can benefit me. You see, the movement, and I think too often with the sisters, they look at how they can benefit me when that bedroom is closed.
We can benefit each other if we work hard. If we communicate to each other, then we can benefit within and without all the noise that that goes on in YouTube nowadays. The deceptions of this person doesn't want to be with me because she doesn't want to get with my program, or this person doesn't want to be with me because she does not want marriage. Well, what is marriage? What is marriage? What is all this stuff? What is marriage to you? Marriage is somebody who I'm married to a person, but I want to have sex with, she needs to get with my program, and she has to have sex with me. She has to have sex with me. If I want to fuck, she gonna be fucking. Unless she has a medical, something medical going on or stuff like that, or she has a death in the family, then cool. We don't have to fuck. But other than that, we fucking, whether we want to do it or not. You're kind of forcing the subject. A lot of these cats nowadays are just complaining, moaning and complaining, moaning and complaining, moaning and complaining. Right? It's not that deep. You want to be with a woman because you say you respect that woman, not because she has value. She can bring value to you. What the fuck is that? A woman is always going to bring value to you. Even if she has a potty mouth, she's valuable in the kitchen, or she's valuable with schoolwork, or she's valuable in this department. She's going to be valuable in that department. That's an automatic. I'm not looking for all that. Do you believe in God? Yes or no? Do you have a plan for yourself? Yes or no? If I can't talk to you, if I can't communicate with you back and forth, which most of these cats don't want communication, they want cooperation. They don't want communication, they want cooperation. And that's just not how the world works. So they end up getting with these white women, and thinking they're going to get something different. No. You're going to get a good swift kick in the ass. Trust and believe. And if you don't believe me, ask plenty of different celebrities who have been with white women and have been portrayed by white women. Ask people who have been with white men and have been portrayed by white men. There's plenty of them. And I'm shocked. I'm shocked at Wesley Snipes, but let me get off Wesley.
That's important, but that's not more important than what you can do for the movie. You follow what I'm saying? I love all that, but that is not more important than what you can do in that office.
Yeah.
Because if you can't do nothing in that office and all your talents is loaded towards the bedroom, I don't need you.
No,
you got to be able to walk out with me and represent me, and also be able to get stuff done when I'm not around.
In my opinion, my husband is a beta male and is extremely hard on our... I don't want to go on the live. I have a 6-year-old daughter. I'm currently pregnant. I'm terribly worried and concerned about giving birth to a little boy. I love my husband, but I feel like he lacks the ability to teach my son how to be a man. We are in our early 30s.
This is quite interesting too. I was going to do this would be the first one I was going to do, but kind of got, I mean, it is what it is. But this one is interesting too, because this was what I just talked about earlier. How all these men have all these expectations for women. But this is what usually happens. So let's listen.
Neither of us are not perfect, but I can see in my husband that he is a beta male. In my opinion, my husband is a beta male and is extremely hard on our daughter. But when it comes to men in his life who I feel are nasty or rude, he doesn't meet them with the same energy. Sometimes I feel like the man in the relationship, and it makes me uncomfortable and uneasy knowing that I have to depend on him to be a father to my son. I am currently in medical school, working part-time, trying to find another part-time job. I feel that he doesn't have the best work ethic. He's comfortable just making pennies. doesn't do a lot of effort, put a lot of effort in his life. I don't have the strongest village, so I feel that I have no other choices but to try to make this work. I know this will be a hard answer since I'm not on the phone with you, Dr. Umar, but any kind of advice would be greatly appreciated, and I'm open to private sessions with you as well. My beautiful African sister from Philly, 571. I'm not sure. What area code is 571? What area code is 571? I'm talking to the sister in 571. What area code is 571? Let me say this to the sister. First of all, don't make any more betas with the beta male. Don't make any more babies with the beta male. Don't make any more babies with the beta male. We can't talk about black men being beta males, ladies, if you're going to keep giving him your sugar box. If he's a beta male, why was he allowed to go swimming in your royal waters? If he is a beta male, why did you allow him to go swimming in your royal sacred waters? No.
Can we admit that some of these women out here are very hard-headed and they lack self-control versus men who lack self-discipline? Can we actually say that? I'm honestly asking a question here. I'm honest. I'm being honest. I'm asking a question. I'm truly being honest. Women lack self-control while men lack self-discipline. This is why I don't have any sympathy for these women. I'm not gonna lie to you, Craig. I mean, you're absolutely. I mean, you're right. You have the right to say that. But at the end of the day, I can't get if I'm a woman, I can't get myself pregnant. That doesn't make any sense. I can't get myself into that situation. Let me take that back. I could get myself into a situation, but when it comes to getting pregnant, I can't get myself pregnant. And if I'm a man, do I have enough discipline to say no to her? So something's wrong on both ends of the spectrum, if you know what I mean. Something is very, very wrong with that.
No more babies by beta males. Put it on the t-shirt, put it on the hat, put it on the hoodie, wear it to the Super Bowl. No more babies by beta males. Now here's the next thing. I want to know why you still with him, because you're telling me he doesn't produce, he's not making much money, he ain't got no smoke for the men who disrespect you, he's extremely hard on your daughter, he's a beta male. Why are you with him? Would you like to come be one of my co-wives? Would you like to come and be one of my co-wives in Wilmington, Delaware? But no, seriously, sister, seriously, all jokes aside, all jokes aside, all jokes aside. The question is it time for you to move on? The question is it time for you to move on? I'm sorry you're going through this. I'm sorry he's disappointing you, but does this get better or does it get worse? Let's do a 3-year visionary assessment, my beautiful African sister from the 571. Nobody has told me what area code 571 is. All these.
I wouldn't have it last for that long, but then again, it's like, what other choice do you have? If you feel uncomfortable and you feel unsure of yourself, if as a woman, then let's just say you leave the relationship, you're considered breaking up the household, which is the streams that I listen to, that they are very worn down. They are very worn down, and they don't give no substance to anything anymore. It's just all about, well, we got to get married. To who? You have all these men out here. Very few of them. You have all these men out here. You keep passing them by. You keep passing them. You keep passing them along because you don't want a good man. Well, how do I know? How does she know? Through a crystal ball or something? How does she know that that person, or let's just say it's just 10 people, and it's 1 out of the 10 that's a good man for her, that's suitable for her, which is similar to her in a sense, spiritual wise. No one ever talks about spirituality. Are we spiritually compatible? Or excuse me, I'm so sorry. Can we spiritually be compatible to each other? Quite possibly. But how will I know with 10 niggas around and all of them act the same? How will I know? And the same thing with the guy. I mean, hey, how do you know that this person is going to be loyal to me and not everybody else? I guess you just don't have to take a shot now, do you? I guess you're going to have to take a shot. I guess you're going to have to take a chance. Why does she not love herself first? Why does she not love herself first? Why does she not love herself first? Because all your intellect and all this shit goes out the window because you want to be truly committed to a person that you don't know. Hear me. You want to be truly committed to a person that you just met. And all of a sudden you want to slap the ring on because you had one conversation. You should know yourself through thyself. You should know yourself through God. Is this the right person for me? And if your intellect says no, then I think you need to back off a bit before you end up in asylum, miserable, in jail, or dead. Possibly, there's another possible breakup. What normally happens 99% of the time in relationships when they're miserable? Breakup or divorce, right? Breakup or fucking divorce. Statement of the month. Oh, okay. Brand either divorce or we breaking up. Sometimes we go to fisticuffs and we fighting over some dumb shit. But it's quite interesting though. It's quite interesting.
These ADHD people on my Instagram. All these ADHD people, all these ain't no daddy at home disordered people ain't even told me what city 571 is. But my beautiful queen, 3 years from now, do you expect this to be better or worse? 3 years from now, do you expect him to be better or worse? Let me tell you a little secret, my sister. Let me tell you a little secret. Emotional problems unaddressed always get worse. Psychological problems unaddressed always get worse. Relationship problems unaddressed always get worse. You need out. You have 2 children. You have a daughter. You have a son, God willing, who will be coming into this world soon. 2 babies. It's time for you to move on. You still in your 30s. You only got 2 children. The best of your life is still ahead of you. Are you listening to me, Queen? The best of your life is still ahead of you. The best of your life is still ahead of you. Take your 2 babies and split. Make sure he still gets visitation. co-custody, legal custody. Don't deny him his children. But I think it's time for you to move on with your life.
But people will be complaining, and I gotta hurry up with this one. We might have to come back tomorrow with this one. And we might have to come back tomorrow. But mainly, I'll just say this: if if she does that, she'll be labeled a home wrecker. She'll be labeled a home wrecker. If she feels like she's not in the position to be happy and all this other stuff, and you don't want a woman to be miserable for the rest of her life or whatever. If you don't believe what I say, I want y'all to look up a movie, an oldie but goodie. It's called War of the Roses. Look up War of the Roses by Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner. Now, these two individuals, they loved each other. I'm not talking about the actors themselves, but the role that they played. They loved each other. They truly loved each other, right? But after a while, she got tired. For whatever reason, she got tired. I'm just gonna stop from there because that was an awesome movie. That was an awesome movie. I mean, all the fighting, the infighting, the trickery, and what he did to that fish was fucked up. But I'm just saying, you just gotta dot your I's and cross your T's, and just be careful. And there's plenty of women out there that you can hook up with. I'm talking about with you single people. There's plenty of women out there for everybody you can hook up with, but don't be in the position to be like a fool. Don't be in a foolish position to get this woman pregnant so she can label you a deadbeat or some other shit. We want healthy, wholesome relationships. You know what I'm saying? We want healthy, wholesome relationships. I didn't even see that. What did you say? We don't like you've been out the game for so. Man, you. Anyway, you've been out the game for so long. You have no clue what's happening in the day. You're damn. I don't have to. I live in Vegas. Remember? I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. I've seen it all. I've seen it all. But at the same time, Craig, there are people who actually, if you see it, it's called the eye test. I don't go by all these statistics and shit. I go by eye test. And I start asking questions. I said, are you in a are you in a good relationship or a great relationship? And most of them say good. I mean, do you love him? Do you? Yeah, I love him. I love her. You know, like y'all plan on getting married soon? And they go and they look at each other with three reasons. Or, you know, we already married. We want to get married here in Vegas. We want to get married here in this little chapel out here. Or we want to get married downtown where I think it's free. I think it's free to get married. I think it's definitely free to get married. Well, I will definitely go ahead and get this hooked up tomorrow. We'll have more of a broader cast of people, and the chat will definitely be open. So people can come up and we chop it up with your boy. We-On-Loc Nation. Abby, it's great to see you, my dear. It is definitely great to see you. How have you been? If you can, stop by tomorrow and definitely chop it up with your boy. But until then, I definitely got to run. Peace.